Hello students, this is the last lecture on this particular unit of microfinance. Myself, Dr. Nidhi Mathur, Associate Professor from Jaipuria Institute of Management. I am completing this lecture today on your strategic issues in microfinance. Before starting this, let us think of what we have started with and how we have proceeded. So, we have started with what are microfinance institutions, what are the basic features of the microfinance institution, what are micro enterprises, how a micro enterprise is to be set up, what is pastel analysis, how do we do the environmental analysis for micro enterprise, how the microfinance institutions are impacted by the environment, what are the credit methodologies of microfinance institution. In the course of MBA, this microfinance institution has gained importance because of the reason when we talk of developing economies like India. In the developing economies like India, there are various small institutions, various small enterprises who are needing microcredit. And for such type of enterprises, we are needing some institutions who are responsible or who take the responsibility of uplifting a particular social and economic class, and that is why these microfinance institutions came into existence. They have come up with an initiative by NABARD, and after that NABARD and SIDBI, they have come out with many policies regarding these microfinance institutions. Now coming that when they are into the market, they have certain issues. Everything whatever we do, every aspect whatever we see, or every feature of microfinance when we see, there are certain problems there. Or I say for every business operation, as a business management student, you would have seen that there are many problems, and one of the most important problem is the sustainability. Now it is very much talk about word, that is sustainability. And what are the indicators? How we can say this microfinance enterprise is sustainable, it will sustain for a longer period of time. Then what are the different types of sustainability? How can we have the sustainability of microfinance institution? How can I evaluate it? And what are the challenges for my microfinance enterprise? Okay. So, in a brief background in this unit, in this lecture, we would be discussing about the sustainability of the MFIs. What are the indicators which are to be kept in mind when we are talking about the sustainability? What is the financial sustainability? Why do we need this financial sustainability, and how should we determine it? Since we are finance students, it is important for us to determine the financial sustainability. This financial sustainability is very important from your career point of view also. Say for example, if you join in a company or a bank or a finance institution, it is important that we should be knowing what is the future of that enterprise, and that can be done only when we know how much it is sustainable to the present business environment. Fine. But before that, it is very important for us to know what this sustainability is. How should I define the sustainability? So, this sustainability refers to the ability to continue in any given activity into the future with the presently having resources. Okay. Now, I am elaborating sustainability for my microfinance institution. It means that how long my microfinance enterprise will be existing, seeing what its current resources, what it is having, and how it is going to control its two process, budgetary and management process. What are this budgetary and management process means? Budget, we all know, budgetary means we have all the expenses, we have all the incomes. So when I say the word budgetary, it means the expenditures and the incomes, which it is depicting in this current time, it is reflecting in its balance sheet in this time, and the management process which it is adopting at the current time, how it will be helpful to take it to the future, that is sustainability. And we have to judge it, because if I say the going concern concept, what is it? We cannot establish enterprise, this enterprise is for 2 years or 3 years. No, when we set an enterprise, that enterprise is for a longer period. That means whenever we are forming any business, we have one objective in our mind, that this enterprise will be sustainable. And how should we do this what does this sustainability means? This sustainability means, with seeing the current resources, seeing the budgetary and the management process, my enterprise is going to take a long way. Clear? Secondly, in the other definition, it can also be said that it is the ability of my microfinance. If I talk about the finance definition, it is the ability of my MFI to cover all its cost, whatever cost the enterprise is incurring, through what? Through the interest and the other incomes which are paid by the clients. Fine. So that why do we need sustainable enterprise? The first question that everyone, if we were in the class, the students would be asking me, ma'am, why sustainability? Why are we talking about sustainability? Because when I talk about financial inclusion, when I talk about a stronger financial system, my enterprises, my microfinance institutions should be permanent. And how will I deal with this permanency? This permanency will come when my micro enterprise is able to cover its cost. If I ask you people, my dear students, please tell me how will I know that my business is going to run in the future? You will say, ma'am, if you are able to recover your cost, if you are regular incomes, naturally you will be covering, you will be going towards the future. And that is the sustainability. So it is very important that we should have what? We should have all our cost to be recovered, and that is how we see the sustainability. Now, if I see the sustainability, there are various parameters or the indicators of sustainability, and for the microfinance enterprise, the first one is financial economic product and services. What are the products of a microfinance enterprise? First, microfinance enterprise is there. What are the products? So, the products are the loans. For every financial institution, what do they give? Their products are the loans which they give to their customers. So, are these products are income generating or not? Fine. So, their product should be generating income generating loan or non-income generating loan. That means the loans which they have given are for income generating activities or non-income generating activities. We have to see. If they are for the income generating activities, these generate income, they will be able to repay the loans from the income. Fine. They are for the savings or for the services. Sometimes the people also save with microfinance institution or take loan for certain services. The first indicator is what type of product or service my enterprise is giving. Fine. It is giving for some health services, or it is giving for house building, or it is giving for my setting up my small enterprise or a micro enterprise. That is the first indicator. The second indicator is the environmental evaluation. Okay, we have devoted 2 lectures on this environmental evaluation. What does this environmental evaluation means? This environmental evaluation means that my institution has an impact on the environment and it is very much aware for it. Got my point? It means that if we want to be sustainable, you all would be reading the newspapers, and during the COVID times we all have come to know what is the adverse effect on the sustainability of many enterprises due to this problem. And what is this? It is because we are not paying attention to the environment, to how much my enterprise is aware towards the environment. Second, how much laws we have made when we are talking about environmental practices, when we are talking about that we are not providing any hazard to the environment, how much we have, how much laws, how much clauses, how much policies we have included in our system. That is the second factor which will make my enterprise more sustainable. The third, whether I have used certain tools to protect the environment, I have adopted certain, for example, I have said lesser paperwork, fine, no plastic in my MFI. These are certain things which are to be kept in mind. My dear students, now keep in mind this environment has become very specific now, and we should have very specific action and evaluation. After the class, when you would be going that, you have to keep in mind that if we are not environment friendly, if we are not considering or concerned about the environment, how difficult it would be for us to survive. So, if it is difficult for us to survive, to make our enterprise sustainable, we also have to care for the environment. The third one is the social indicators. What are these social indicators? From the first day we are talking about these microfinance institutions are for social development. So, if my enterprise will be sustainable when we have certain targets of elevating the poverty, fine, we have targets to give loans to the women. Yes, exclusively we are providing financing facilities to the women, we are providing facilities to the rural youth or the urban youth who are unemployed, fine. We have development goals for a particular section of society. We are protecting our clients who are not financially literate. So, the objective of my enterprises should be clear, and if I am including all these social perspective for my microfinance institution, they are the indicators that we would be sustaining in the long run, fine. The last but not the least, the most important are how it is governed by. Who are the board members? Are there HR policies, or are we taking certain initiatives for making good policies? Is there biasness for employees, or we are equal, we are giving equal opportunity, we are equal opportunity employers? So, these are the indicators. Now, if I summarize, there are 4 type of indicators which explain this about the sustainability of my enterprise. The first one are our financial or the economic indicators. The financial and economic indicators include the product and the services which are provided by the enterprise. The second one includes the specific actions which I take for the environment, and this environment is not the business environment, this environment is the environment which is important for our existence, our ecological systems, that is the environment. The third one is the social environment, which includes social indicator, which includes what are our targets towards elevating the poverty, how much we are targeting towards women empowerment, providing services to women, to a particularly social backward class, providing loans to the people who are underdeveloped, fine. So, they are development goals. And the last one, that is how my enterprise is governed. What are the HR policies? Do we make good policies? Do we have strong board members? Are we taking some initiative for our development, or we are biased or whatever, fine. Then comes, what are the factors which determine the financial sustainability? See, we have seen various indicators, fine. We have seen various indicators of sustainability, but as a finance students, it is again our responsibility that we should be knowing what are the factors which are determining the financial sustainability of my particular enterprise, fine. So, there are 3 important parameters. I have taken this macroeconomic as a bigger one, because every enterprise is impacted by the macroeconomic factors. We, in our earlier slides also, we have seen many macroeconomic factors which are to be analyzed when we are talking about a microfinance enterprise or a microcredit enterprise, fine. The second and the third are related to whom? The 2 important partners, or the P in it. They are the MFI related factors, the factors which are related to my enterprise, and the other one is the borrower or my client, fine. the other one is the borrower or my client. So, if I talk about the financial sustainability, this financial sustainability has the first one, the macroeconomic factors or the macroeconomic variables which will be impacting my enterprise. The second and third will be the two factors. The first one is my own MFI and the other one a client by whom my enterprise is dealing with. Clear? First, now comes the MFI related factors. First, what is the size and age of my microfinance institution? It is a older or a new enterprise. The first thing, when I say it is a older enterprise, naturally it comes to our mind, okay, they have seen so much of the years, so they would be sustainable. The second is breadth and depth of the outreach. That means what class of clientele are they entertaining, or what type of clients, or rather I should say what type of customers they are having, what type of borrowers they are having, which class of the society they are concerning. Say for example, sometimes they are dealing with a very vulnerable class, so it becomes okay how they would be able to repay their credits, so it will again impact the sustainability of my enterprise. The third one, which is very important not only for MFI, for everyone, that is our management efficiency and staff productivity. If we have earlier also seen that if the governance is good, the management is efficient, we have standard operating processes for our enterprises, and we are ensuring that our staff is productive, or the staff productivity, if it is ensured, naturally my enterprise will be sustainable. Fine. So, the third one is management efficiency and staff productivity. Got it? The fourth one is loan intensity. What type of loan I am giving? What does this intensity means? Types of loans, amount, tenure. Fine. All these things will be included into it. What is my type of loan? What is the amount, how much tenure of loan I am giving, what will be the repayment schedule. All these things are a indicator for sustainability of micro enterprise, and all these factors, mind it, are the financial factors. All these factors are financial factors. Clear? Deposit mobilization. Suppose my microfinance institution is accepting deposits. In that case, own deposits, how we have used those deposits, whether I have invested those deposits in some other productive source or not. Until and unless I am not going to mobilize my deposits, I am not going to get return. Fine. Now again comes the capital structure. What is capital structure? Capital structure is how much funds we have, how much funds are involved in the setting up of enterprise, what are our capital structure, what are the components of the capital structure, how much we have gone for the debt or equity financing, what are the how much capital is invested in my enterprise, and are we able to raise profitable assets out of it or not. All these factors are to be considered again. Then comes your yield and operating expenses. It means that how much I am earning and what are my expenses for a particular portfolio. If I am not getting yield from a particular loan or a portfolio, then my enterprise would be at risk. Fine. And last one is portfolio at risk. The most important, and which I would be elaborating to you, is portfolio at risk. What is a portfolio? Portfolio is when I have certain amount of products, certain amount of financial products my microfinance enterprise is having. I have given 5 types of loan. This is my portfolio, and it is very important that all my portfolios should be giving me certain yield. What is that yield? Yield means what I have earned over my expenses. So whenever I see how much is at risk my portfolio is, that means if I have sanctioned, if I have financed to a particular client or a particular self-help group or a particular NGO, how much risk is there. This risk calculation is very important when we talk about this. Risk calculation is very important when we talk about the microfinance institution, and most of the institutions fail because of this miscalculation of their risk. Fine. So, portfolio at risk is also important and it needs to be evaluated. Fine. अब आते हैं next, macroeconomic variables. What are those macroeconomic variables? We all know that we are studying from the first day of our business management per capita income. If a country is having a good per capita income and lesser interest rate variation, naturally the financial institutions there would be more sustainable. Competition is important aspect which we have seen in our pastel analysis also. In the pastel analysis also we have seen how the competition impacts, है ना? What is the impact of competition on our enterprise? This we have seen in the pastel analysis. Then comes our government regulations and economic freedom which is given to the micro enterprise. Sometimes government make policies which are favorable for the micro enterprise. We have seen that. So, the macroeconomic variables, what does it include? It include per capita income, interest rate variations, competition and government regulations. Right? Then the third part which is very important is the borrower related factors. Who is the borrower? Borrowers are the clients. Borrowers are the people who are asking the funds from the microfinance institution. They are our borrowers. So, cost per borrower, that means how much cost is incurred when I have one borrower. How much cost is incurred on a particular borrower, that needs to be evaluated by MFI. Why do we need to calculate this cost? Because in the very first slide what I have seen is my enterprise is able to cover all the cost or is able to bear all the cost, then my enterprise will be sustainable. So, I have to calculate the cost per borrower. Second, how many active borrowers do I have? Active borrowers means who are paying their repayment on a scheduled time, date, period, whatever it is. Fine. How many women borrowers are there? This gender also matters, because at times what happens is sometimes a female or a women or a group of women, they have taken a loan and after that they are not so financially literate, or they have misused someone in the family, has cheated them and they are not able. So, it is also important that we should consider how much borrowers are women. Then group lending. If it is a group lending, then our risk is reduced to a certain extent. Why is it reduced to a certain extent? Why my risk is reduced to a certain extent? Because in the group lending what I have seen is the responsibilities of the group. So, now what we have covered up? We have covered up three things. The three factors. The first factors are the MFI related, borrower related, and the third one are our macroeconomic variables. Fine. So, if someone asks you that how my microfinance enterprise is successful, how will you tell? So, you will say, okay, we will be doing these three variables, we will be studying these three factors, and then we will be able to know. Fine. In India, what are the challenges? What are the challenges which my microfinance enterprise is facing? The first challenge is the financial illiteracy. Fine. What does financial literacy means? I am think of a woman who come from a rural background. She goes to a bank and she has 500 rupees in her hand, she want to deposit, but see that feeling that she doesn't know which type of form she has to fill up, how she has to open a bank account, what are the documents that are required. She is eligible for a bank account. Before our government has taken initiative of financial inclusion, there were many people in our country who still doesn't have the bank account. So, that is the outcome of financial illiteracy. And for a country like India, where an n number of people are living in the rural areas, it has become a challenge for the microfinance institution to establish themselves, because the people they are not financially literate. They don't know much about how to open a bank account, how they should operate a bank, are they eligible to get a credit, will they get credit from the bank. All these things are very important. The second, lack of information. There are certain people, if we see in the society, they have seen a bank ATM for the first time, and they are afraid why are they going to seize our money. So in those places where there are rural class, in that case the information to them is also important. At times what happens is, there are certain people who have been cheated by some of them. So this misinformation or exploiting someone on the basis lack of information is again a challenge for MFIs, because if they want to establish, they have to create environment for trust. Fine. The third is inability to generate funds. Though government is giving a lot of taking lot of pains, government is taking a number of steps to generate the funds for microfinance institution, but in case when there are a particular section of society are their clients, or when their outreach is to a limited products and services, in that case fund generation for microfinance enterprises becomes difficult. Then comes weak governance. We have already discussed what is weak governance is about. Weak governance is when the people who are engaged in the management, they are not able to make the policies, they are not able to make the regulations which helps the enterprise to become sustainable. That is the weak governance. High interest rate, we have also said that the MFIs are charging high interest rate. So when they are charging high interest rate, in that case it becomes a challenge for them to get the clients. Fine. Then regional imbalances. In India, what is there? We have a diverse background, and these diverse background is our strength, as well as it has become a challenge for us also. When we have regional imbalances, the policy need to be changed. Our microfinance enterprises and cannot be having the same policies all over the country. Fine. So these regional imbalances. Then comes your low outreach. I have said it earlier also. When we have certain policies which are to a particular class, or when my microfinance enterprise has outreach to a particular region, in that case it has very limited resources, and it is very difficult for such enterprise to generate the income. And when the enterprise is not able to generate the income, it becomes non-sustainable. Fine. And the client retention is again one thing. If I don't have the clients, how will my enterprise will be sustainable? We are talking about this sustainability. That means how my enterprise will be surviving in the long run. Got my point? And for these are the challenges which are faced by the microfinance institution in India. There are certain measures which are taken by the government for overcoming these challenges. The first one is the proper regulation of the enterprise, supervising the field regularly, that means going to the enterprise and supervising, encouraging rural penetration, means going in the rural areas, having a large range of product and services where everything is transparent, and there should be a lesser cost of operation with adoption of new technology, and this is how we will be able to make our enterprise sustainable. So in this we have covered all the aspects of the microfinance enterprise. Hope you will be finding these lectures very relevant when knowing about the microfinance institutions and their sustainability in Indian economy. Thank you.